Hello there, and thank you for joining me in the back of this beautiful 1990 Avanti Touring Sedan. Now you may be thinking to yourself, what in the world is an Avanti? Well, Avanti is simply one of the most unique names ever established in the American car industry. Avanti roots back to the 1963 Studebaker Avanti, in which Studebaker had a short run of cars that they made for a few years with the Avanti name. After Studebaker ceased production though, some very passionate individuals wished to maintain that car in the name, so as a result we have Avantis that were made up into about 1991. Here I am driving along the Avanti Touring Sedan, and I'd like to mention one of the characteristics that first comes to mind is when you put your hands on the steering wheel, you'll notice that it is a wooden steering wheel, and it's a very classic feel. It's very nice feeling in your hands, and that's one of the great aspects that you'll find in this luxurious car that you get. This particular car, being an Avanti Touring Sedan, was built under the discretion of John J. Cafaro, who was the late owner of the company and essentially the last owner. But in 1989, the Touring Sedan was introduced, and his hopes was that it would basically redefine, reintroduce the brand and market it towards a more luxury-orientated crowd, because originally the Avanti was about a sporty muscle pedigree, but he wanted to bring it back and reintroduce the name in a way and create a more luxurious type of vehicle. So with the Touring Sedan, he hoped to do that, and they were in high demand at the time, but things just didn't work out quite right, and as a result, not many cars were produced under Cafaro's leadership. Between 1990 and 1991, only 105 vehicles were produced. Many of them were sedans, and then there were a few convertibles, and numbers are rough, but only 90 or so were produced. So it is very rare that you will ever see an Avanti sedan. If you see an Avanti, it's likely going to be a classic 60s or 70s coupe, but you will likely never see a sedan, which is one of the cool things about it. Very unique and rare. Here we are, we're gonna accelerate a little bit. Just a little bit. We're using that power of the 5-liter V8 you get, and the engine you get is a 305 cubic inch V8 engine. It's a Chevy engine. You do get some nice power. I mean, it's only 170 horsepower, but it gets you up to speed with the torque quite nicely. And you have no problem moving along at highway speeds in this car. Moving along 60 right now because that's the speed limit, and of course we're never going to go faster than that because that just wouldn't be right. But if you wanted to go faster, you have no problem getting up to speed with a good amount of torque and power behind you. This isn't a car that struggles. So what type of individual back in 1990 would have found themselves behind the wheel of one of these brand new? Well, the Avanti was really a type of car for someone, it was a unique type of person. Someone who wants a beautiful Italian design, but the reliability of a good muscle car. That's the type of person who would buy an Avanti. So some people, instead of Maserati or a Rolls Royce even, they want something luxurious but reliable. That is the type of person who would buy one of these at a price in 1990 of about $50,000 for the touring sedan. It's a good bit of money, and of course not something that everyone can afford. So this is a car that was aimed towards an affluent crowd of people. One of the unusual aspects about this car is not only is the entire body fiberglass, but in addition to that, some structural points such as the door panels, the A-pillars, and roof have composites of Kevlar and carbon fiber in them for strength. And that's an interesting thing because back then, materials such as carbon fiber weren't very widely used in cars. It was a very exotic material, very lightweight, and while it was used in racing and in road cars, it wasn't such a common thing. So this car was very much ahead of its time.